Live from DNHQ in beautiful South Pasadena, California, this is the Blue Heaven Podcast, and they don't have to train you to do that.
That was beautiful.
Hey,
yeah.
I've been known to do this again. I am Clint and Brook. You could find me as Real FRG on the Twitter and Instagram. That guy over there, who are you?
My name is Brook, and you can find me at BrookMe3.
Last name is Smith, by the way, guys.
Smith.
Brooke
Yeah,
Smith.
You don't have to know that part.
Without an E.
No
also,
E. No E on the
dude.
Smith.
Subscribe to this podcast on iTunes, Spotify, iHeartRadio, basically everywhere podcasts are found. We might actually be hitting Pandora soon. Pandora is going to be a podcast thing, so I reached out to them. You can also watch and interact with us live every single Tuesday night on the Twitter, on the Periscope, Facebook Live, Twitch, and YouTube. And, of course, find all of our great content on DodgersNation.com.
It's a great place to find content.
So, this is a section of the show where usually we banter. And you guys on the podcast side especially, but video side, video is a lot different. We all kind of rotate. You and I have done a number of shows together with our good friend Diamond Hoggers, Mr. Clint Evans. He and I run a pregame show together. I've done a show with Mr. Greg Bergman. But these Blue Heaven shows are always, for me and friend of the show, well, maybe, I don't know, is it former friend? I don't know quite how to do it. Kevin.
Still friend.
Kevin was caught in a tragic, he left. Kevin left.
You're going down a dark path with that.
Our good friend, Kev is your friend on the Twitstagram. He, I don't know what story I think he's going with he doesn't have time to do the show right now. You always got oh man, that's why I'm going to do it.
Something, yeah.
You got to make it awkward and uncomfortable.
Right.
No, but Kevin is gone. He's gone on to a better place, which is, I don't know.
He didn't die.
Yeah.
We just want to make that
I
clear.
haven't seen him since last week, so I don't know quite. Yeah, he's alive.
Good
He's
point.
alive, potentially unwell in the head. But, yeah, Kevin, he's taken his talents away from Blue Heaven and Dodgers Nation. So, of course, we thank him for all the time and effort and what he's done to help us, kind of build this show into what it's become over this 2018 season. Going forward, unless he's quite terrible at it, Brooke, you're going to be the right-hand man, the go-to.
Yes, sir.
Maybe I'll train you how to be a proper, fake radio personality like myself.
You're going to need me to teach me how to do that, that deep voice thing you do. I don't know
It's
how
a
to
lot.
do that.
It's a lot of the whole wax on, wax off,
Right.
wax on, wax off. So, yeah,
especially the wax off. Yeah,
It's okay. On the podcast side, it's PG. We can still get all that sweet megaphone money. So, anyways, Kevin's gone. We all survive, and on today's show, it's going to be a fun one. We have a lot of contact. We already talked about content. We also got contact drunk.
Contact too.
We got a lot of great content from the winter meetings, so we're gonna dig through that. We're super ultra excited to welcome the fantastic social media coordinator for your Los Angeles Dodgers onto the show. Sujo will be joining us live. Oh yeah, sorry.
Yeah, there you go.
Normally I'm able to do all that, but now it's there's more buttons for me. But yeah, she's gonna be joining us live via the magic of the internet in about 20 minutes or so podcast time. I probably got to text her and let her know we're running late, as we always do. I'm just gonna start telling people it's gonna be late.
We're always running late. Yeah, that's kind of the point. Yeah.
I think Brooke and I are gonna dig into the nitty gritty of I'm gonna call it Shiftgate.
Ooh, I can't wait to cover
It's
Shiftgate.
it's been a while since Shift, so obviously everybody's heard a lot about the shift going on in baseball. But first, our weekly What's Happening. You want to lead us off?
Yeah, there's actually a lot of things happening all over baseball this week, not even just in Dodgers baseball. We'll stick to that first. I think the first thing you want to cover is something that's happening literally minutes before we started filming this.
Mm-hmm.
And Dave Roberts
We
gave
don't film,
his
we record.
Record film,
Podcast.
record film, both. Dave Roberts presser as they call him at the winter meetings.
Yeah, as we say in the biz.
Right.
Yeah.
I think they go manager to manager every time.
Yeah, they. I don't know how many they get per day, but it seems like there's 3, 4, 5 of them. They get through everybody in the week, and the media asks them all the same pointless questions they ask them at the end of the season, and most of the time it's a dog and pony show. They don't know where it's at. They're not allowed to talk about anything. You can't say, oh yeah, we're in on this free agent or this guy or this guy or this guy. It doesn't work like that.
Right.
Straight
and
up.
Roberts had a lot of interesting things to say about the lineup going forward for 2019. It definitely felt like he was reading a script. That's for sure.
I know. I'm kind of upset. I didn't get a chance to watch it. So
right. You can tell he was, doing exactly as he was told.
I was busy
That's what it
building
seemed like.
that, by the way, before the show. Where is it? Right here.
This little sucker?
Yeah.
There he is.
That's thanks to our friends over at Forever Collectibles.
Look at this beautiful.
That is an all-new 2019 Los Angeles Dodgers LA logo.
It only took FRG 4 hours.
4 months.
Yeah.
700 million pieces.
Clearly. Look how big it is.
So, yeah, what were your biggest takeaways from having heard some of the Roberts presser on your 9-hour trek to get here?
Yeah.
Uphill in the snow both ways.
Yeah. Without shoes.
Without shoes.
Yeah.
Both ways.
One of the things was...
He had to go back to get his shoes.
Yeah, I forgot him. It sucked. There you go.
One
of the things was Alex Wood supposedly in plans for the starting rotation next year.
Yeah, I mean, that's reasonable. Didn't say for the Dodgers.
In plans.
Yeah.
Which means as of today, in this exact moment, with nothing happening, Alex Wood is in the starting rotation.
As is Kenta Maeda, I heard.
Kenta Maeda, which if you include all of those guys with guys who are already starters, what does that bring us up to, like 13 starters in the rotation? You got
at
Buehler,
some point,
you got Kershaw, you got Ryu, you got Maeda, you got Urias at some point next year. You got
there's a lot of bodies, there's a lot of names. Yeah, Rich
Alex
Hill is
Wood.
another name.
I think that's 7 already.
Yeah.
I
forgot. I wrote it out somewhere. I think I had kind of broken it down to someone on Twitter, so it was super well thought out while I was on the can. But that's where I do my best work. Let's be real.
Right.
But yeah, there's an inordinate amount of. I mean, you have to look at Ross Stripling as a starter because I think at the end of the season it's like, oh yeah, we're looking at him as a starter. We want him to be that guy going forward. Again, it's the whole for friend of the show Jan. It's the wishy-washy, but this time it's not Bellinger, who I also hear is in L.A. working on his swing. It's almost like that swing was, in fact, wishy-washy. We couldn't pay for the real dun-dun-dun.
Yeah, that one went on a little long.
Yeah, it was a little bit. I'm going to update. I think I got to update my
I didn't think it was going to
soundboard.
end for a second.
Anyway. So the big rumors this week have been Corey Kluber's coming to the Dodgers. Puig is leaving the Dodgers, and this is all set in stone through Cyber Inc. because, Olney and Rosenthal and whomever else have tweeted it. And, tweets mean everything.
It's contractually binding.
Ask Sujo. Tweets mean everything.
Absolutely.
She knows. Friend of the show, Sujo. We'll talk to her in a bit. But, yeah, Corey Kluber, I mean, in and of itself, I like the idea of Kluber being a Dodger because guess what? Kluber's a good pitcher.
He is. He's a very good pitcher.
Also a guy who's thrown 200-plus innings over the last 5 consecutive years, which is unheard of in this day and age of baseball, which is absurd to me.
He's got some miles on his arm. That's for sure.
He does have some miles, but I think I was talking again to our buddy Clint Evans, Diamond Hoggers, about him, and it's like they're pretty they're not. I wouldn't go with the high leverage, but he has an easy motion, so it's not like it's super stressful mileage on the arm.
Right. It's not that Walker Buehler kind of herky-jerky.
Yeah,
right.
I mean, Walker already blew himself out and all that,
Right.
but I know. I was getting somewhere real crazy with that statement at
There
first.
you go.
Out. Blew himself out.
But
so in those trade talks, we're seeing a lot of Verdugo and, of course, Puig being involved, and now that everything's kind of morphing, it's turned into like a 3-team trade and all that. Like, what do you feel about it? Where are you pegging this? What's the percentile of this thing happening?
I think there's in terms of percentage of Puig being traded, I think just in the past week it's jumped from, maybe a 10% odds that he's not going to be in LA in 2019. It's jumped up. It's right now it's a 50-50 toss-up for me. I think he might not be here next year.
Yeah, I think I had mentioned it last week talking to a friend of Puig, we'll say an insider of Puig. Somebody who's inside Puig, he was talking about how the whole Puig camp doesn't feel overly confident. They're not hearing the right things, if anything at all, from Dodgers camp, from the front office. So, it's not looking super sweet to continue having our wild horse in right field in Los Angeles in 2019. But like you were talking about in our pre-show of this, there's also other chatter about the potential of him being reunited with his hitting coach.
Turner Ward, yes.
Cincy has entered the fray with the trade talks.
Mm-hmm. And, for me, Cincy doesn't really make sense. It doesn't make sense for Puig. Unless you're talking about the Dodgers taking on Homer Bailey's contract. That's when we start to make a little bit more sense, and it kind of looks a little bit more realistic. Because I don't really know where they're at in terms of their roster structure. I know that they want to compete. I don't know how realistic it is that they're going to compete.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know if they want Puig for a year or if they're really just looking for some salary relief. And that would make sense to me.
Well, you got to look at Puig. Puig's a one-year guy, free agent. Scooter Jeanette's a one-year guy, free agent. I think Cincinnati has more of a need in the outfield than the infield. Maybe, I don't know. I haven't looked at it, so I'm just, I'm being a beat writer right now. Also, the Dodgers have. I mean, there's not so much of a need, but like we were talking about before the show, as part of Doc Roberts' presser, he was talking about how he's looking at. What did he say the second base rotation was in his eyes?
Yeah, he said it's going to be Chris Taylor, Kike Hernandez, and Max Muncy taking over the bulk of the share of reps.
Which is kind of what I felt.
Yeah, judging by no trades, no signings, none of that, that would make the most sense. I don't know what other combination you're going to go with. A lot of people thought Dozier might be in the mix for a 1-year contract, which also could still realistically happen.
Mm-hmm.
They did like him, even though he came over to Los Angeles and
yeah, it just didn't work out. Unfortunately, it didn't work out.
He had a great first week. I think.
Yeah, his best moments is when we were there, and we all we talked to the Dodgers. They couldn't hear us because we were just mostly talking aloud, and again in the bathroom. But we talked to the Dodgers like, "Hey, this guy's doing good when we're here. Fly us out to every game and get us in, the Lasorda suite. What's going on here, man? We're super important. Like this is Blue Heaven, the official Dodgers podcast nation thing."
If they re-sign him, we have to be at every game next year, I think.
Is that what it is?
I think that's negotiated into his contract.
I'll have to work that in with my agent.
Right.
Baby, is that okay?
Yeah. Yeah, you better double check with with the boss.
I think I'm already in trouble. I just noticed that she had texted me a little bit ago that she needed to talk, but I don't think it's one of those bad talk.
Oh, no.
She probably we ran out of dog food and it's hidden
We
somewhere.
can go. I mean, we can cut the show now.
No, this is prime stuff. We don't walk away in the middle. Hopefully everything is going okay. We're not paying so much attention to the stream side right now, guys. We're gonna get to you in a little bit and answer a bunch of the questions there. We know our crack producer team is piling up all the questions, so that'll be fun and hopefully a little bit cleaner and more exciting than it was last week.
They're looking around at each other. So
all right, this seems like well, machine.
There we go. There it is.
So where are we at with that? But Verdugo, his name's going all around. What would you say the chances are of him being gone?
I feel like this is a make or break year for him in Los Angeles. He's been floated around in trade rumors for as long as he's been in the system. He's at the point now where you either got to give him a chance or you got to cut him loose and get what you can for him.
Hello.
And we have
Sorry.
We have, how many outfielders do we have?
174 by my last count.
I think the Dodgers had this plan this year. They were like, we're going to go after every outfielder. I think if you sign all of the outfielders, then there's no other outfielders to play for the other teams.
Oh.
I think that's their tactic.
Well, this one wasn't so much meat behind it, but I think it was our friend Blake talking about Mitch Haniger wanting to go after him, but that one hadn't gone out anywhere. That was just a good trade target for a solid young outfielder. There's the Haniger talk. I think Evans put out was it Castellanos?
Castellanos, yep.
From the Tigers to catch a tiger by the toe, which really Evans.
I really liked that title. I did.
I told him. I'm telling you, man. That's a title that Gary's gonna hate. So you did it right.
Oh, you did perfect. Wonderful.
Yeah. Looking at them, I think has there been more in the outfield names? I can't think of them right now.
I mean, Bryce Harper, obviously.
Oh, that's a guy. That's the other guy.
Yeah.
Oh, who would have thought about that guy, or who would have forgot about him? But again, there's a lot, and the other stuff. You already have that many outfielders, and now you're also getting the word and getting the story about, which unfortunately came out on his damn birthday. But Puig was unhappy with his playing time in 2018. I know, guys, shock and awe. Somebody who didn't play every day when he's used to playing every day was unhappy with his playing time.
I don't think anybody played every day.
Yeah, no.
I think that was the point. That was 2018 Dodgers. Do not play every day.
And that's kind of, the struggle of being in the envious position that we're in, where you have so many guys that are kind of starting level caliber players for a number of teams. Like Kike would be starting just about anywhere. Taylor probably maybe. I'm going to get into my potential. Oh, maybe Taylor's not going to be a Dodger for much longer.
Ooh.
Thanks, sorry guys, sorry any CT3 people.
Well, you just
all four
upset
of you.
a lot of people.
There's like 4 or 5 of them.
That's enough.
But yeah, the was the LA Times put it out. We touched on a DN post. Dylan Hernandez, or another Dylan. Yeah, Puig not happy about his playing time, but again, it's the nature of the biz. That was the nature of the 2018 Dodgers, like you said, and
that's it.
I think if he's in LA, you're going to carve out the playing time for him. But again, it's just not feeling so much like he's going to be a guy that's a Dodger in 2019, unfortunately. So if and when that day comes, we will pour out not all of them. These Stella's pretty all right,
like a
but
partial one.
Yeah, we'll get maybe Bud Light.
Yeah, Bud Light Lime.
Oh no, because actually it's a Wild Horse. We gotta get like a tall can,
like a 40.
Ooh. You guys let us know in the comments below what kind
Mash
of
that heart button.
Mash that heart button if you want to pour out a 40 for our friend Wild Horse Yasiel Puig.
Yeah, and talking about Puig possibly not being in the mix next year too, we moved to another outfielder who might not be in the mix next year.
Which one is that?
Mr. Matthew Kemp.
Oh, Kemp. Friend of the show, Matthew Ryan Kemp.
The reigning cupcake king.
So many just crushed those
so
cupcakes.
Many cupcakes,
at
man.
Puig's event.
Yeah.
They're once again the trying to trade Puig or Kemp talks. This is the first time we talked about Kemp in a hot minute on this show. It's always
true.
been Puig,
Yeah.
Puig. So I got Puig on the mind, ladies and fellas. I mean, it would be a disservice to the team to not try to trade Matt Kemp again. I mean, it's sad. It was nice for him to come back. It was Cinderella story out of nowhere.
Cinderella boy.
But I mean, he just doesn't mesh with this roster construction. Honestly, it's a team that's built on versatility, on athleticism, on being able to control your throbbing urges for cupcakes. And you know what? Kemp doesn't. He doesn't check off any of those boxes.
He doesn't. And, this team is really about guys who can give you innings in the field. And, if you got a
Everywhere.
guy. Right, exactly. You can't just play left field. You can't just play right field, whatever it is. And I think we saw him move to right a couple times, and he looked very uncomfortable out there.
Which is weird, because I remember his last season, like, what was it, 2013, where he was kind of bouncing there, like, look, dude, you're not a center fielder anymore.
Oh, yeah.
You probably never really were. You had one good season in the outfield. We need to move you to the corners. And then he played left field, and he was bad. He was super uncomfortable. It was very apparent and very obvious that he was super bad and super uncomfortable in left field. Then he took the right field, and it's like, oh, shit, this guy's a right fielder.
Right.
He's very apparently a right fielder. And, I mean, at the beginning of the season, like, he was playable adjacent in left.
Yeah, I mean, he looked like he played baseball.
Yeah,
Yeah.
once or twice.
Yeah.
Picked up the stick, put on a glove,
Even
strapped
slow
on
pitch
them
softball,
cleats.
whatever.
Oh, man, that's a true athlete. What are you talking
Man,
about?
that's a tough sport.
Man.
Jeez.
But, then things just kind of sort of fell apart a little bit. He got the year went on. He got probably played a little bit more than he should have, as did a number of Dodgers, and then he got tired, and Dodgers are looking for more of the type of guy. We don't need another right-handed redundancy who's going to pop you out 20, not hit the most high of average, but only be limited to the corner outfield spots. You have a guy like CT3, and it's funny how much with Taylor and Kiki that we take them for granted, their abilities. Like you had I forgot who it was going into that series. They were talking about Mookie Betts. It's like, oh, this is outlandish. There are talks in the World Series that he might play second base in the National League ballpark.
Yeah, you got
CT3 in game, what was it, whatever ball game it was, the game 7 of the NLCS, started at second base,
went to left,
was elite, and then played left field and made the catch of the game.
Oh yeah. Yeah,
possibly top 2, top 3 catch of the season.
I mean, you're talking about Kike Hernandez, a guy that if they're talking about Mookie playing second, our comparison would be we're talking about Kike catching, and that's actually a real conversation that's happened throughout the year. And never happened. Never happened.
Hey,
we're gonna have to talk to Sujo about that.
He still has time. Why? Yeah. Oh, there you go. I'm gonna add that. Why didn't they push harder?
I'm pretty sure Sujo is basically the manager, right?
Why did I start with a P? It's K.
That makes sense.
K-I-K-I catch.
PK Hernandez.
How do you spell catch? It's with a K, right? All right, good.
Yeah.
Keck.
Yeah.
Man, that is hard to multitask and write.
Are you left-handed? I didn't know you were left-handed.
I am left-handed. I'm sorry. I'm a sinner.
Wow.
I'm a dirty sinner. But
Find out something new every day.
Yeah, Kempy might be on that trading block. It looks like that's what I call him right now.
Yeah, he's got a $21.5 million year on the books next year, and
those are words.
Just because of that, those are words. Just because of that, I don't know a team that suits him. I don't know that they find a partner.
It's going to be the thing. That's where we go back to that. I still don't know if we talked about it here on the actual podcast side or if it was the pregame, but you start looking at that and mixing in with that Homer Bailey money that Cincinnati has. This is another situation how we ended up with Kemp last year, where it's trying to help, a couple teams help each other out, balance the books. The Dodgers are trying to lower their threshold, their AAV this year, as where, the Reds are looking to get away from Homer, who was very aptly named, and just trying to get out of that extra. I mean, it's going to save them $8 million or so in the long run, so it makes sense for them.
It does.
There's a little bit on before we continue on with that, and we kind of plugged this in to our run of show because we wanted to talk about there has been some chatter on relief pitchers as well. I know David Robertson is he was somebody you had talked about wanting.
He was.
that you? Who are you again?
Yeah, it's me.
Biff Jepson over here, friend of the show.
I want every reliever. That's the issue. He kind of had a mediocre year in terms of.
You can follow Brooke. That's at Morris C on.
Right, that's me.
Friend of the show.
In Chicago, seeing him in a White Sox uniform was kind of weird after being a Yankee for all those years. He kind of had a mediocre year for Chicago. I mean, for him, he's a really good pitcher.
And then back in New York this year, he did well.
Right,
by the end,
he did have a no trade clause in his contract to Los Angeles.
I remember when he signed that White Sox deal, it was all about him not wanting to get on the West Coast. He did not want to play for the West Coast. However, getting older, your championship window is closing more and more.
The sun's a little warmer out here. Whatever.
Yeah. We wake up. The sun wakes up with us every day. I think that's. I don't know if everywhere has that. I'm not sure. I don't travel.
Yeah, I don't know.
I stay here. California. They just put me under the desk and then I roll out.
Yeah, we push it back and he just sleeps underneath.
It's comfortable, but your back's a little stiff.
A little chilly.
Yeah. Who doesn't like a little chili? Put some bacon bits on there, sour cream, chives.
Kevin's famous chili.
Ooh, we're not allowed to say that name, I think, right now. We call him Brian Bumgarner.
Moving on.
Another one, Joe Kelly, also, another California native.
Yeah, we're gonna have to get over that World Series hump with him, though. It's tough to hold on to. Plus,
I don't know.
Didn't he shatter Hanley's ribs?
Yeah, I think most of us are still on the rib thing.
Yeah, but Hanley went to play for Boston too, so
they made up for it.
They must be fine. I think it's okay.
Yeah, Joe McRib Kelly.
McRib Kelly, I like that.
That would be his I think that would be his players' weekend. If so, I'll talk to him.
His high school coach his dad was actually my high school coach, Joe Kelly Sr.
Yeah. He
nice
also
guy.
Played football.
He did, yeah.
Vanderbilt.
And Joe Kelly used to come to our field to throw bullpens, and no one knew who he was.
Tight.
And now he's famous, apparently.
Well,
he actually had
his glasses are in the Hall of Fame. Those are Hall of Fame.
Have you seen those
shades.
things, man? Have you seen them? Looks like a windshield on his face.
Sport RX. Yeah. I'm telling you.
He had a 4.39.
I know way too much about this guy. Don't ask me why.
What do you do in your free time?
It's not free time.
Joe Kelly stuff?
Yes. JoeKelly.net.org. / me. .wikipedia.
Got it.
Thank you.
He had a 4.39.
Everybody got that URL? I can say it again. I'll spell it out. Go ahead.
4.39 ERA.
Yeah, he wasn't
out
good.
of the bullpen. He was awful during the season.
Yeah, he wasn't good. He's had one great season, which was last year. Sorry if you see this, Mr. Kelly. I mean, disrespect.
Please come to
LA. He's had, I mean, as long as I think every team isn't looking at him as a starter. No. I know a lot of teams are kind of looking at him as a closer, which I think doesn't play well for him becoming a Dodger. However, dude lives in Rancho. Mm-hmm. It's close enough. He wants to be home. Maybe. I don't know. Let's go get some of that sweet. I forgot the name of the Ogie's Pizza, I think it is.
Auggie's?
Somewhere. Anyway, I don't see it happening.
Well,
the big ones.
Yeah. So he I think he really upped his value. Obviously in the playoff run, I think he gave up 1 run through all the playoffs. He only made 1 appearance in each playoff series.
No,
that might not be right. He made two appearances in the World Series. 1 in.
He made He made 5. He appeared in every game.
In the World Series?
Yeah, he appeared in every game, and that's why it was so big because he struck out.
The 2 before 1.
Yeah. He struck out like 10 batters. He walked nobody. Allowed no runs.
Listen, he's no Nathan Eovaldi though.
Ooh.
Who pitched like a complete game.
Man, that's another dude who got way more money than he probably deserved.
He made a ton of money. He made out so big on that.
Yeah. So, by the way, guys, Nate Eovaldi's off of the market.
Yeah, I see a lot of people asking for Nate Eovaldi.
Yeah,
he's gone.
He signed
he's not gone.
Re-upped with Baston.
The sacks.
Yep. But so other stuff we've kind of alluded and beat it around the bush. Kenny Rosenthal, not a friend of the show yet. We don't know if
not yet.
We don't know if we can get him in the chairs. They're a little high for him.
High.
But today the big stuff was Reds and Dodgers, and I think part of it was what they were trying to throw Kemp in there. They were trying to throw in who was it? Puig, Hill, Kemp, Wood involved. No mention of the names that would be coming back to LA.
Just a lot of who would be leaving.
Yeah,
right.
I think we're just giving them away, and then
nothing
we
really
get
in
back
return.
a bucket of High Chew.
I think we get Turner Ward back
Or Blue Chew.
Yeah.
No, we're not friends with them anymore.
No,
we're not friends with them anymore.
High Chew.
High Chew, friend of the show.
Non-friend of Nolan Arenado.
Another friend of our show, Dr. Michael Doherty. He did confirm these Rosenthal tweets. I mean, we love you, Mikey, but I don't know quite what that means. He's like, oh yeah, sure. Aren't you at Lakers beat right now? You're not even in Vegas, bro.
He's trying to focus on 2 things.
So all of this stuff, I think, I don't know. We probably should have talked a little bit more about this idea beforehand, but I think you have enough of an idea. This is going to bring us to a bit of a segment I'm calling Outside the Bun. We, myself and Brooke, are going to give you guys each our versions of how we can sort of seeing a wild version of this offseason playing out. And because I'm a nice guy, I'm going to go ahead and lead off.
Perfect. You make a good leadoff hitter anyways. You got the build for it.
I'm born to lead off. I'll keep it short. I'll keep it sweet. I pretty much just have names going in, names going out. And this doesn't mean I necessarily want them. This is kind of how I see it happening. In are Kluber, Jeanette, Cervelli, and Harper. I know, everybody. Pause. Producer, go ahead and type that out.
Pause.
I don't know who's producing what. Out would be Puig, Verdugo, Wood, CT3, Brock Stewart, Matt Kemp, and Maxwell Muncy. That's kind of the way I was looking at it. I could forward you those if you want. But so Kluber would be Puig, Verdugo, and there's probably going to need to be one more involved in there. Puig, right. Verdugo for Kluber. Jeanette would be Wood, CT3, and Brock Stewart because Stu needs to go somewhere.
I forgot about Brock Stewart.
Exactly. Max Muncy and Kemp going to Pittsburgh for Cervelli. People kind of gave me some brushback on that, and it's not because like, oh, blah, 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 Muncy or whatever. It's like, am I wrong in just looking at Max Muncy as a Pittsburgh Pirate? He has
fits that mold, doesn't he?
Yeah.
He does. He does fit that mold of a guy who did well in other places and is now not going to do well in Pittsburgh. Probably.
Well, maybe not that. I wasn't looking at that. I'm talking about just the frame, the face, the build, the type of.
He definitely has
first
the face.
Base.
He's got that face. He doesn't have the what was that? John Jaso hair.
Yeah, Jaso was a guy
with the dreadlocks and the nastiness. He just looked disgusting.
Yeah, he does. He's not a gross fella like that, but still.
I wish he was.
Those are my guys. What's your trade proposal? Am I way out of the box on this?
No.
Any of those?
No. I think you're within reason. I think that's a lot of. I've seen some pretty far-fetched, far out there trades.
In-studio audience loves it. Thank you, in-studio audience.
We have an entire live audience here. There are a lot of people in this little room. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I've seen some pretty crazy stuff. Some suggestions.
I was gonna say something that would have been
that's
about
good.
Last week's, but I didn't.
Yeah, that's good. Hold it to yourself.
Continue.
Yeah. So I've seen Mike Trout trade scenarios. I've seen Bryce Harper basically signing in LA for free. I've seen all sorts of stuff. So it's interesting. One thing, and I know you're not going to agree with me on this, and that's why I'm bringing it up because it's good for conversation.
What'd you do?
I would love to see the Dodgers signed Troy Tulowitzki, recently released Troy Tulowitzki.
So Tulo was released by the Blue Jays today.
He was.
Today being Tuesday, people listen on the podcast. Crazy.
Yeah, he's as far as I've heard, he's working out at Cal State Long Beach right now. Not like this instant. Probably it's dark and cold.
It is almost 8.
It is. He might be out there. I don't know, but I've heard from everything I've seen is that he's healthier than he's been in a while, which isn't saying much because I think both of his legs fell off for like a minute, something close to that. But he is a guy who you get to sign for the league minimum and take a flyer on. He costs nothing. The only problem is every other team in baseball is going to be after him because he costs nothing.
Yeah, I mean, why not? They're paying the rest of the 2 years that are left on him. Injury prone, older. I could see. Well, how do you mix and match Tulo into the lineup?
I don't see him as a guy that's in the field very much anymore. And I know that's kind of replacing.
We don't have a DH, right?
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I got it.
We play in the correct league.
He's going to be
the Lord's National.
He's going to be a Chase Utley type player.
We got Hawkeye Dodger saying no on Tulo, not a team player. I've never heard about bad clubhouse.
I've never heard bad clubhouse chemistry from him. I've never heard that before.
But that's a couple of people. A lot of people are really no on the Tulo. And sorry, sorry I got back to your guys' stream comments later. My bad. It's my first day.
He's new here. Some other stuff.
So everybody hates you. Good first day for you.
Yeah, that's fine. I'll move on. I'll move on from the Tulowitzki thing. I'm not going to let it go though.
To be fair, I'm not upset with it.
He's cheap. He's free. He's basically free.
Yeah, again, he's free. He's going to get the major league minimum with whoever signs him, and I'm not upset with him being somebody who can. Look, he's going to be probably more prepared to. Well, straight up, he's an American League player. He should be DHing, but
absolutely.
He can get you 2 or 3 games at shortstop a week. Hopefully, maybe he needs to be comfortable with the idea of moving around the field, maybe playing some first, playing some third. I don't see him quite fitting on this team on the field. However, I mean, the dude was a beast as recent as it's been a long time. It's been a hot minute.
It's been a few years. He hasn't even been on the field. He wasn't on the field. He didn't play last year.
He did not play last year.
Yeah. So that's one guy. He's free. We don't have to talk about him that much anymore. I do agree with you on Francisco Cervelli. I think that he is the option for us. I feel like he gets passed over a lot too. Not a lot of people talk about him. His numbers are kind of. They're not.
They dipped a little bit.
Yeah, he's not going to be the hitting bombs every at bat kind of catcher. He's not JT Realmuto. He's not. Yeah, that's all he is. We have plenty of talent in the system that's going to be ready in 1 to 3 years.
Yeah, you're not trying to go out and pick up those a catcher that's your guy for the next 2 to 3 years. You're trying to pick up a guy that's going to be your guy till August, pretty much.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
And hopefully Barnesy, who we did put out our 2018 player review for Austin Barnes today, so go ahead and just comment all your hate on that.
That's your boy. That's your boy.
I wasn't necessarily positive on him. I was just trying to paint a fairer picture of the kid. He might have just had a down year in 2018, coming off a good year in 2017, or 2018 is actually who he is. We don't know. We'll find out after the break.
Well,
we're not going
after 2018. Yeah.
Exactly.
That's the break.
That's the break.
Right. Other than that, I really would like to see the Dodgers re-sign Brian Dozier. I really would, if it's at the right price. I think if you take a flyer on him for a 1-year contract, and I think he is going to take a 1-year contract because he's going to want to rebuild his value because it definitely took a hit last year. Definitely took a hit last year, and he's young enough to take a 1-year contract. He's not young, but he's young enough, and I think he takes a $10 million contract.
I was high on re-signing him early in the offseason. I've somewhat settled into a pattern of we stood so pat last year that we're probably going to do it again. But I've kind of grown into the idea of splitting time at second base with Muncy and either Kike or Taylor, most likely Kike, to start the season. So other stuff, like other news, they're talking about how Bellinger's at the ballpark and doing some work on his swing. Well, also family favorite, everybody's friend of the show, Corey Seager, not Corey Taylor because he's a singer/songwriter, but Corey Seager is making progress from his surgeries, and
multiple.
They said, I think it was Friedman who said he's kind of. They're looking at him to start opening day, or he's on track for opening day. I don't like that. Give the kid, let the boy sleep in your bed. No, like give him a little. Don't rush him. Don't rush Corey Seager and risk him hurting himself because he doesn't feel 100% right. He doesn't feel comfortable. If he's on the opening day roster, cool. Start him on opening day if he feels comfortable, cool. But don't play him more than like 2 or 3 games a week for the first month. Let him rest, recover, recuperate, continue with his exercises and all the stuff, strength stuff, get better, and play Taylor, play Enrique at shortstop for a little bit. They are very good defensive shortstops, and Taylor was kind of revived, reinvigorated when he moved to short after he went down for a little while, at least last year. So that's sort of my take. I don't know if we skipped anything else on that, but we do have actual other news before we take a little break here on the stream side to set up a very exciting call that we hope works 100% well with our friend Sujo. But actual actual news, I should say, not just rumors or drunken speculation. Dodgers brought on a new assistant GM and vice president just days after Friedman was like, yeah, no, we're not bringing anybody. We're not doing anything.
You can't trust that guy, man. You can't trust him.
He's an assistant GM, which brings their total up to 3. And they also hired a new AAA manager whose name I don't know, but we are putting out a story about that.
But he is there.
He is there.
He is.
Because, we needed that guy. General manager's name, Jeff Kingston. He's a 41-year-old dude. He's been in Seattle for the last X amount of years. I think it's been like 5 years or so.
Right.
Yet another Mariners person leaving the organization. We talked about it last week. It's like, who can we go get from Seattle? This isn't what I was expecting.
I was not expecting that, but they are jumping ship.
Yeah, I would still prefer over D. Gordon.
Or Jerry Dipoto.
Jerry Dipoto, Mariners GM.
Not friend of the show.
Not friend of the show. He said that was a big hit for us. So Dipoto, who's notorious, he's having a rough go of it right now, even though that's kind of being brushed over for some of the struggles they've been having. But I guess this guy, the word is he's a good dude, big on the analytics. We had an awesome post on him by our friend Diamond Hoggers on DodgersNation.com, so go check that out because we are going hard this week, guys. We're putting out like 175,000 stories a day. Read them all. Tell your grandma.
That's a rough estimate, by the way.
Give your grandma the internet. Grandma, open the phone. Grandma, you're on the phone. Is that the way it goes?
Yeah, that's about right. Yeah, that's it.
Okay, hey, Jeff, you know what I'm talking about. Not new Jeff Kingston, but the other Jeff. Anyways, what do you think? You feel good about it?
I feel great.
All right.
I don't about everything.
Probably not going to affect us very much, but we are working the phones here on Blue Heaven. This is.
That's them. Those are the phones ringing.
You can call and donate to Brooks' new hat. He buys a new hat every year.
Get my Patreon going.
Patreon. I don't know. We've tried that so many times.
GoFundMe?
GoFundMe.
For my new hat.
Go hat me. But we are going to take a quickie little break, like 30 seconds to a minute to like 4 hours. Don't worry. We fixed the stream this time. I promise. It's not going to be like it was last week.
If we're still up right now.
So we're going to go ahead. You guys, I'm pointing past you in the camera side, guys, but anything that looks like fun for Sujo questions, guys, send us your Sujo questions on the stream, and it should be a pretty good time. But we're going to take a quick break. Right after we come back, welcoming our super special guest. And then I awkwardly do this.
The lean away.
And we're back. I can't help. Wait, I gotta turn this one on. I have too many mices. Yeah, I got him. I'm a professional, man. It's not my first rodeo. So
Third rodeo.
this is like the fifth rodeo. Let's be honest. Been a long day. Wait, I better have a drink first.
Right. I'll drink to that.
You didn't drink.
Oh, I'll drink for
Oh,
that.
what a rude. All right, let's properly get this going, guys. You guys all know our guest today, although you might not actually know her. It's an interesting situation. She's an Emmy Award winner, a connoisseur of fine comments, and a Korean American hero in all of our hearts. Ladies and gentlemen, Los Angeles Dodgers social media coordinator, Sujo. Let's go ahead and throw her on there. Hey there. I think we can hear you now. There's the applause.
What's up, guys?
What's going on? Happy Tuesday evening to you, wherever you may be.
Yeah.
See what I did
just,
there?
at home here.
Good. Sorry, we're doing super professional stuff here. You know, we're the best at this. But yeah, this is exciting. You know, we've been talking about getting this. I'm going to just do this because it feels weird me not looking at you when I'm talking because I know you can see us.
It's a little strange, yeah.
Yeah, this isn't MLB Network. We're not professional. Oh, I know what happened because I forgot to. It's still in studio mode. I thought I turned that off. Sorry, guys. 1 second. Let's turn you off. And we're doing that, and then now we're doing this. There it is. Super professional.
Works? We're good?
Much better.
Yes. Now we
Much
can
better.
see.
All right.
I realized I forgot to turn off the studio mode. Yeah. So welcome to the show. We're happy to make this happening.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, I think there was a little bit we were talking about. I was confused. I wasn't sure if you were going to be at the winter meetings this week or not, but it turns out you were just partying tonight for your work holiday stuff.
Yeah, basically, we had like an escape room type thing and got home a little bit ago. Just relaxing for now.
Sweet.
So, here I am.
Well, it's got a switch. Awesome. Yeah, you can talk a little bit. Help me
Yeah.
out. Help a brother out.
Yeah. Escape room, huh? That's quite the party.
Sorry, again, we're just having trouble with our producers. They've all been drinking. It's crazy. Not us though.
Not us. Never us.
Anyway, so I think we both, Brooke and myself, and again, we're going to try to find some questions on the stream as well. But you're the best at this. That I think in all of the business, what you and your team do is just insane to be up at any time of day and reacting to comments and all that. So my biggest question, I think, for you is how much per month do you spend on Red Bull and coffee?
You know, it's funny you asked that because I don't drink either.
Oh,
Wow. Do you drink caffeine at all?
No, I don't. Literally,
Oh.
I drink water.
Is there any other extracurricular activities that you're into? You don't have to answer that. I swear. I promise.
Are you telling me
No,
that water's good for me?
No.
Yes.
It's a
Oh.
lie. Yeah, water. We're drinking water.
Yeah.
No,
water.
that's literally, listen, that's all I drink. Water right now.
In a red Solo
that's all
cup.
I drink.
I have a follow-up
Yeah,
question.
you know,
Why?
I don't know. Wait, the solo cup?
Why water?
Is that what?
No. Why? Like how?
You know, okay, so funny thing. I've never actually tried a Red Bull. Is that crazy?
I think if you tried it now, you might die. Especially with no caffeine.
Well,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
Well,
I wouldn't
it's not
recommend
like
it.
I've never had caffeine. I mean, I've drank Coke like my whole life,
Mhm.
and then like maybe 8-10 years ago, I stopped drinking soda altogether.
All right.
And
Smart
yeah,
call.
I literally drink water and like hot tea, but that's about it.
Wow.
Yeah.
So she's spiking the tea, guys.
That's what it is.
Definitely spiking the
Yeah.
tea.
Yeah.
Hands down. All right. Well, I'm a little disappointed in that one. I was expecting like half of it. They give you. Oh, maybe. No, what?
Included in the contract, or
Yeah, included in
Yeah.
the contract. That's what it is. She just is saying she didn't spend the money on it. That's what in my head. Because this is the first time I haven't had a Red Bull for this show, and it's going quite well for me in my opinion.
I would agree.
All right. I think this is the other one. This is a big one because we're all foodies here in the show, as you can tell. Considering you have like no time to live, breathe, do anything, let alone get lunch, what's your local like go-to spot to eat around the stadium?
Okay, so literally we'll go to like Chipotle, Habit Burger,
All these
Mohawk Bend,
hole-in-the-wall places.
Never heard of these spots.
Listen,
Hold on,
like,
wait. Gary's upset. Go ahead, Gary.
You're in downtown LA. There's so much food. There's Howlin' Rays. There's like dim sum in Chinatown. There is
I
like,
know.
oh my
I know.
But Chipotle.
Chipotle's cool.
No, okay. You're not understanding that, like, I literally have no time.
Right. Yeah.
So, like, there are days, I mean, there's a majority of, like, maybe 80% of the times where I'm working and, like, I can't get lunch or I can't get dinner because I'm so busy doing stuff that, like, I will literally eat, like, a cookie from the press box or, like, popcorn or things like that. So, literally, the only time we can even get anything is, like, right there, like, Seven Seas or, like, Chipotle, Habit Burger. Like, that's it. I mean, there's no time to go wait in line or go do anything else. So it sucks, but it is what it is.
I feel bad because we took like
We'll
an
kick her
hour.
out.
We took like an hour and a half lunch today at Korean barbecue. So now I just feel bad. But don't worry, well, we feel bad. We all feel bad in the studio. That's the important thing. What you got?
That's very important. Sujo, we got a lot of questions for you coming in from people kind of all over. So one of the questions that we actually had for you is, who is your favorite Dodger or Dodgers player to interact with or post about on social media?
You know what? I would have to say Kike is obviously number one. Everything he does is just social media gold. I love it. I mean, and obviously this postseason, Matt Kemp has been awesome to post.
Yeah.
So
Right.
those are my two guys.
Yeah, Kemp is great. I would say Kike and I have some beef.
Yeah.
So Kike blocked me a number of years ago on Twitter. Can you fix that?
Yeah.
What did you do?
I don't remember. I don't remember it being.
He says he doesn't remember, but
Hey, man, if I was drunk, I can't be held accountable for things I do when I don't know what I'm doing.
This is before Dodgers Nation.
Apologize,
It was before
okay?
Dodgers Nation. I
that's
promise.
true. Yeah.
I was put up to it by a friend of mine named Nevin.
Oh no.
Yeah, so you're gonna have to personally go talk to him and say, like, unblock this man. He loves you. I honestly, okay, so I'm pretty sure there's a chance he might know who I am because I was at the I was at Kershaw's ping pong for purpose thing, the event, and I kind of noticed him avoiding me. I don't know if it was just, well, I was also carrying around like a monopod and a camera and stuff, so obviously I had the media look.
I'd avoid you too.
Well, you avoid me in real life, which
Right.
I do
Yeah,
appreciate. But
exactly.
yeah, I don't know. We have to get to the bottom of this one of these days because I mean Kike no harm and no disrespect. I love the boy, friend of the show, good kid.
Yeah, he's awesome.
Do we have any other ones? Because I know that was the other thing. How come you never got on board with the let Kike catch?
Listen, I'm totally on board with that. If I could make the decision to put him in there, I'm all for it. But
Are you telling me you don't build the lineup?
Yeah, yeah, you're part of the computers, aren't you?
yeah, gosh.
She totally runs the computer, Farhan's computer on the internet. I think
She's
that's what it
Farhan's
is.
laptop.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Now he's gone. Anyway,
Man.
I know Gary had one because he was very concerned for you when all the celebrations were going on. Where was your poncho in October?
Listen, I take it like a champ, okay? I said what I said. Listen, if you're going to be a part of those things, you want to make sure you're drenched. You don't want to, like, you just want to be a part of that. And it is what it is. The only time I regretted not having a poncho was in Atlanta because we had left right away to Milwaukee after that.
Oh,
and, like,
nice.
we had celebrated, and they were literally like, okay, we're leaving in, like, 30 minutes. And so I'm in one of the bathrooms, like in the clubhouse, putting my hair up and like wiping myself down with like the paper towels and just like
Living the dream.
like champagne. You know, the players obviously they all get to shower and stuff like that, but like us, like we just put on different clothes and go. And oh gosh, that was quite the ride.
All right, so we're learning new things every single year. That's the good stuff. All right, so I had one. We have somebody from the stream. I don't know if it was for you or for us or because they're lost, but what's your favorite random 2000 song?
What?
They want to know what you're just the most random song from the 2000s.
Yeah, that's like
that you
that's
would
like on the spot. They're really putting you on the spot there.
I know.
Sorry, I should have given you these questions before the show.
You didn't?
Okay. Listen, all I ever listen to is like songs from the 2000s, and now that you're putting me on the spot, I can't remember them.
Oh, I know. Trust me, I know that feeling.
Okay, B2K, Bump Bump Bump, I'm Not Embarrassed. That's the one.
There we go. There it is. Yeah, that's going all over Twitter, by the way.
Yeah,
just
hey,
so you
we
know.
have that producer. Go-to song. Everybody changed their Sujo ringtones in
We're
their
gonna post a
phone.
link to it.
Oh my
wow.
god.
That's amazing.
Let's see. I know that's definitely random, and I 1000% understand you. We've done a couple of different like music sort of trivia segments on the show in the past. Like myself and Gary over here, we just get stumped. It's like, oh, like I think one of them was what's the number one most listened to or downloaded song at Halloween, and I couldn't think of Thriller. Come on.
I was gonna say Monster Mash, but
yeah. Well, Monster Mash was number 2.
oh, so close.
All right, so this is the stuff. I think this is probably one of the ones that you're going to have to pass on because it can get you in trouble. But Tam_Smith1 asks for details about FanFest. Anything out there yet that you're aware of? No.
Yeah, I believe. Don't quote me on this, but it's all on Dodgers.com/FanFest, like the dates and everything.
Well, don't go out here pimping your website, okay? This is
Listen, I think people do, okay? Get the plug. But tickets are going to probably be on sale the first week, like after the Christmas break.
okay.
And that's honestly all we know at this point. Like nothing's been said to me. Like nothing's been set. But I think we're still doing the gift cards, if you guys remember that. So I'm hoping that that's still a thing and people are excited about it. You guys remember that?
No. We drink a lot. I'm sorry. Now I feel bad. Like, I mean, yeah, everybody in the studio. No, I don't.
Okay, so they're like actual cards, and like if you move them, it's like it's the form of a gift. Like it's
yes. No, actually, I do remember that. Those are cool.
okay.
Yes.
But-
That's a manual GIF.
Yes.
You know, I don't know what we used to call it back in your day, Gary. You know, where you like do the thing and it moves and it's like
Stop motion.
no, is it stop motion?
How old are you?
I'm really old.
Gary's over 1 million years old.
Is it in color or black and white? You gotta tell me.
It's in color. It's the future, man.
Oh, the gift cards. Yes. I just found on Google.
There you go.
Wow. Sharp as a ball.
Yeah.
Over here. All right. Biggest jokester on the jokesters on the team. We know. All right. Let's say aside from Mr. Enrique Hernandez, my personal friend.
Wait, sorry, you cut out. What was it?
Oh, the biggest jokesters on the team. Again, outside, we have to omit my good personal friend Kike Hernandez on this one.
Okay, so obviously, but Kike's one. Yasiel's another.
Oh, yeah.
There you go.
Kenley, you know what? Kenley's awesome. He's hilarious.
Really, the big man.
But not many people see that side of him. But he's a big jokester. And then JT can be pretty funny too.
Yeah, JT's like low key funny.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
He was pretty funny at Puig's poker event when I talked to him. He was kind of making fun of everybody. I was like, wow, I didn't see that
I'm
coming.
gonna throw that in my face that you talked to him.
Well, you walked away to get drinks. That's
I got a
not on
selfie
me.
with him. Whatever.
That's true.
There you go.
What was another one? I think Gary wanted to know if we could make products out of you. We wanted to put you on a shirt.
Just you.
Why would you want that?
Because
You're a hero.
Oh, that's a Zed. Everybody,
Cult following.
yeah.
Cult following.
You're
on Twitter.
again. What did I say? How did I introduce you? A Korean American hero in our hearts. Emmy
And on
Award.
Twitter's.
Emmy
Oh,
award-winning Korean
You did
Americans
the
on
homework.
social
I'll
media.
give you that.
Yeah, that is shirt worthy.
Yeah, something to be proud of.
Just the face, only the head though.
Right.
Oh my god.
Right.
I was thinking of a cartoon of you taking pictures of the guys celebrating in the locker room,
Oh, that's
like that, something like that.
No, it's Gary. Gary's one of the guys. He makes a bunch of burner accounts whenever you ask about, and the team asks about the Wallpaper Wednesday, and he's the guy who's just mashing all the Corys in there.
Right. Right.
Yeah, how
All right.
big is that sweet Corey Seager content been for you this offseason?
Oh, it's been good. You know what? I have a ton, but like I don't want to overwhelm people with it.
Mhm.
So like I've been like holding off. I have like literally what Twitter has made me do. I have a Corey Seager folder on my personal laptop that has like all the photos that I think you guys would like to see. You guys have made me this way.
All
Just-
teenage boys can relate.
Yeah.
What do you mean? What do you mean you? What do you mean you people?
You people.
That's cold-blooded.
Well, everybody
Alright.
clearly misses him.
So that is what is that? That's Dodgers Insider After Dark, I think it is,
yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Oh God.
You can give us that URL. That's the one that everybody's totally in on. What else we got on the stream, guys? Oh, we already have someone saying they'll buy a Sujo shirt.
Oh, there you
See?
go. We already got our first
We got
customer.
somebody five.
Oh, this guy
Five.
said
See?
5.
We're telling you, you're famous.
Sujo
God.
bobblehead night.
Sujo bobblehead night.
Yes.
Yes.
Sujo bobblehead night. Wow.
Holding
God.
holding the iPhone.
What about the players that avoid being on social media?
What do you mean? What about them?
Like
Like
who
which
are
one?
who are the big ones?
I mean, I don't think that they necessarily avoid it. I mean, I feel like Corey doesn't go on social media a lot.
Yeah, he'll probably just get in
I
trouble.
think it's just kind of private, and there's nothing wrong with that.
Mhm.
I mean, you guys all know like who posts a lot and who really doesn't post much.
Mhm.
Yeah, again, I think it's just a privacy thing, and just trying to keep some parts of their life, like private.
It's reasonable.
I-
Reasonable.
Yeah.
Definitely. I would call that reasonable, as we're all here
Yeah.
on camera, like awkward people. Shannon wants to know: do you ever get tired of it all? This sounds like kind
That's
of.
it.
this
Shannon, are you okay?
Yeah, is everything okay, Shannon?
Tired of what? Everything?
I don't know. I mean, you're kind of living the dream. This is what you wanted, right? I mean, you got to give people the background.
I mean, the full question is like, how do you do it all for Dodgers and keep your own social game?
That's a better
like,
question.
do you ever get tired of it
That's
all?
a setup.
I'm sorry, I was just giving you the context of the question. Because I typed it incorrectly on Google Docs, so he couldn't see it very well. So I had to ask.
I just saw fire.
Listen, I would say that I am the social person that has no social life.
Tight.
It's hard to, and here's the thing, I work like 80 during the season. I work like 80 90 hours a week, and it's like, you guys know, social media is nonstop, and just because I'm not at the stadium, it doesn't mean I'm not checking my phone or responding to comments and all of that stuff. So I'm doing that, and so it's kind of hard. And once the season is over, everyone's like, now it's your off season, and like now you can go out and do stuff, and it's like, not really. I mean, I'm still at the office Monday through Friday and still working weekends, and I don't know that I've recovered, that like I'm still exhausted from the entire season, that like right now all I want to do is just kind of like stay home and kind of keep it low key. And it's kind of hard because this is the kind of time where I feel like people should be going out and enjoying and doing all these different things, but for me it's hard because I don't get time to kind of do nothing. So this is really my time to just kind of finish work, come home, and just like literally just binge watch like everything. And that's it. I mean, but other than that, my life is dedicated to Dodgers, and that's fine. No complaints here, but that's kind of what it is.
Yeah, I mean, all of that. I think I don't think there's anybody out there who can't agree with that lifestyle. You're just you want to get home.
It's paying off for you. I mean, you're hands
Yeah.
down. I mean, the MLB released the numbers on the Instagram or social media, and you are far and away the best social media account in all of baseball. And are you getting a trophy or any kind of like award, coming out from MLB? Because I think you should write a book or a tip sheet for everybody.
I appreciate that. No, but honestly, like everyone just kind of tweeting me messages and stuff like that, that's honestly enough for me. It's because you could have great numbers, but people could still not like the way you do certain things, or you know what I mean. So to me, that means more, where people are like, you really made my day just by responding to me, or saying certain things like that. To me, that means more than being recognized somewhere else. So and that's not even just a testament to me, but the Dodger fans. The Dodger family. They run deep. We have. It's because of you guys that we're getting the numbers. It doesn't matter how good my content or how good I'm at my job if you guys aren't relating to it or communicating with it. So everyone is diehard Dodger fans, and I appreciate you guys being there for me like every single post. So let's keep it up for next season and get bigger.
Yeah, we got a plan for a social media night, right? Like, are you planning? I saw something that you were tweeting that out. What do you want to do? Let's do something.
Listen, I'm up for everything, but I want to make it really fun. Like, I want to make it worthwhile for you guys to to get that ticket pack and come out and really enjoy it. So I'm still up, for any options that you guys have, any ideas.
Yeah.
Nothing's set in stone, but I kind of want to get the ball rolling and kind of get it to my bosses and see what they think. And I think it'd be fun.
That's a big family. There's a lot of people on Twitter.
That's
Yeah.
huge.
Yeah.
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 Well,
So we'll see.
I had a quick question. Because
Yeah.
you're such the guru, who are other team accounts that you really like? Like, what are they doing right, and who is really carrying that torch that you're meeting that bar that you're setting right now?
Yeah.
Because Colorado, their account, they have their emotional ups and downs, and we've interacted with them, and they're pretty good. Arizona has their own little things about themselves, and but if there's other accounts that you've seen, like we try our best to interact with all the official accounts, and most of them don't talk to us because of good reasons, but we have fun with them. But from your standpoint, who do you think are really good accounts?
Yeah, I think the Rockies do a great job with interacting with their fans and other fans as well, like you mentioned. They're on the account just as much as I am online with Dodgers. So I think they do a great job. I think the Red Sox do a great job covering the World Series and just the postseason. I think they had great content. Might not be popular opinion, but yeah, I think that they did a great job. I know the Cubs do a pretty good job too with interacting with their fans on Twitter. So, a lot of these clubs are doing the best they can. It's a long season. So it's not as, like NBA or NFL, they do a great job, but they have less games. So, they're free to do more things creatively. And whereas for baseball, it's kind of trying to make it different every single day because there's so many games. So, everyone's kind of doing their best they can. And, everyone's great to me.
Everyone's great. Well, that's what we're seeing on the stream comments. Everybody's given. We have a couple of awards already on there for you. People have handed out trophies, which I didn't even know there was a trophy emoji. So that's cool. Tweet Mix sending you some love. We got a celebrity in the mix. We got McKenna on there saying hello. Queen Sue, hello, I love you. Yeah, this is always fun stuff with the live stuff. All right, so we gotta talk about the real stuff that's going on. Obviously, there's just an abundance of news that isn't quite really news that's going on right now. What's going on with the winter meetings? Who is anybody out there? What are your feelings? What's the inside stuff that you can tell us about?
Probably nothing.
All right.
No, honestly, I mean, what you're seeing is what I'm seeing. I haven't heard anything. I am just the messenger. When things are done, I am just the person that is tweeting these things out. So I don't know anything. I don't know what a timeline is. And that's the honest truth. I don't know. Like I said, what I see is what you're seeing. So see what happens.
Well, yeah, sometimes you got to avoid some of Twitter because the thing's out there. Man.
There's a lot.
We've heard a lot. We've definitely heard a lot.
Yeah.
We don't want Puig leaving either. That's been the other thing. I think we're getting a whole bunch of here on the streams and just in general with this thing.
Yeah.
I don't know if Gary kind of touched on this with one, but we had a couple more about just the life of it outside of maybe the baseball social medias. What about heroes and inspirations for you in the gig?
Yeah, honestly, it's so cliche, but my parents. I didn't always, like you guys know, social media didn't always exist back then, and it's not what I went to school for. I was in journalism and I studied news, so it's like for me, I really wanted to do something to make my parents proud, and so when you mentioned that Korean American Award, that's kind of something that they were really proud about because for me, I came here when I was 5 years old with my parents. We didn't, nobody spoke English. So for me, it was obviously English as a second language. And I saw how hard they worked and, long hours and still trying to, help me watch, sports and reading to me and making sure that I understood, just what was going on in the world. So for me, it was to make them proud. And they're always the people that I look up to and why I do what I do. Because at the end of the day, as much as I want to do something, it's always to make sure that they're proud and that it's worthy of, us coming here, leaving our entire family in Korea and coming here. And so at the end of the day, it's all about that.
That's awesome.
That's really cool. Yeah.
See, that's the inspiration you should be having, Brooke.
Yeah. Well, my family, we've been here a long time, really long time. Yeah. We kind of had it a lot easier than that.
Yeah. Well, still, like, create some drama and some strife, and then,
I'm really good at that.
look up to Sue.
I already do look up to
What's
Sue.
the 5-year plan, Sue? Like, for, moving forward for social media, what do you think with everything that's going on with Facebook, all the politics and everything? What are your favorite social media platforms to work on, and what are the upcoming ones that we should prepare for?
You know what? I think a lot's changing, obviously, that you guys see. And my favorite right now is obviously Instagram, and Twitter is awesome. Mm-hmm. It's funny because, for trying to live tweet the games, Twitter was kind of where it's been and where we've really focused on interacting with the fans in the live aspect of the tweeting. And what I noticed this season was that because I was responding to so many comments on Instagram and kind of everyone knew I was there behind the account ready to tweet something when something happened, people were like wanting all these things, all the content faster. Right. And so it's kind of changed the way, like literally, like Puig would hit a homer, like he is rounding third base, and I'm already getting people like commenting as like, "Where's that video? Where's that photo?" And I'm like, "Can he like get to the dugout first?" Or you know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
it's kind of, I've kind of set a precedent in that way of that it's kind of like they know that they want me to live tweet, like live post on Instagram now, which is crazy because that's not really what it's for. But as you said, like our numbers are really great on Instagram, so I'm gonna keep doing what I'm doing, but. It's crazy. I mean, things are changing all the time, and Twitter is still great. I still love it, but in terms of our fan base and our brand, Instagram is really where everything is shifting to. And so I'm trying to for this season, keeping that in mind and trying to do the best that I can and getting things out to you guys ASAP, which I really do try. So yeah, I mean, try to do that and constantly. Yeah, I mean,
I'm gonna geek out with
Facebook
you. Have you seen the new DJI Osmo Pocket?
The what?
The new Pocket, the gimbal, the pocket-sized gimbal.
Yeah, I saw that. It's cool.
Yeah,
I really want it.
We gotta geek out on tech stuff. We're definitely gonna meet up soon.
Did you stop
we're supposed to talk
our
too much.
inspiration?
Sorry, I wasn't even supposed to be on here, but I just couldn't help
just
talking.
got so excited.
Yeah.
This is what happens. I'm supposed to turn off. I'm supposed to turn
off my
the
mic.
producer
Turn off my mic. I'll stop.
He'll still yell through our mics.
Well, I think we've
You
taken.
guys always stop by and like visit the social media center. I'm there.
We did a couple of times this year. So
No, I think we tried to get to them on the field.
Oh yeah, one time you were on the field.
Security was like, "No,
Yeah,
who are you?
You
people?"
can't talk to Sue right now. She's super busy. Yeah,
We tried to wave.
yeah.
Yeah. Jerry Harrison
Next
Jr.
time.
let us wave at him one
Yeah,
time.
we'll
That
call
was
you
really
next
nice.
time.
He gave us
We'll call you
permission.
next
It was
time.
great.
Yeah, no, we'll come
Don't worry.
hang out with you one of these days and kind of get a look at some of the inner workings, and maybe you can improve our game because Lord knows
you
we
can
need the
definitely
help.
improve our game. That's for sure.
Great. Stop.
But yeah, we thank you so much for taking the time. I didn't want to take away. I mean, it's a fun Tuesday night. To catch up on Netflix and all that.
God, how sad.
Yeah, actually, going on that same vein, what are you watching, Sujo? What are you binging right now?
Rex.
What are you
All right,
binging?
listen, the new, I think it's the Netflix movie Dumplin' with Jennifer Aniston just came out. So I'm going to start that.
Gary approves.
It's Aniston.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's Jennifer Aniston.
Rom-com.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How do you know? How do you
And
know
I
it's not
just
an
watched-
action movie? Go ahead.
I just watched all the Christmas movies that Netflix had, so that was amazing.
All of them?
Oh yeah,
No.
the Christmas Chronicles.
Yes.
Yes, that
Oh,
was
the new
pretty
one.
good.
Oh, yeah. I've
Such
seen
an
that.
insane
The kids
amount.
loved it. Sorry, I
It's
just
such an insane amount on Netflix now. I don't know what it is anymore. I just know that they canceled all of my Marvel shows, and I'm very upset.
it's cool. We'll come back on
Sore
Disney's
subjects.
Netflix.
Disney
Yeah.
Flicks.
Yeah,
Disney
Disney
Flicks.
Flicks.
You guys good? You guys good?
We're
I
good.
want to let the
Yeah,
lady
let her. She's in
go
Vegas.
She doesn't
live
wanna
her
talk
life.
about
She's
it.
in Vegas. She's home.
Oh, she's home?
Yeah.
Oh, my bad. I thought she was in Vegas. Okay.
No.
Again, he doesn't listen to the show.
My bad.
She was at the company party,
Yeah.
Gary.
I don't. I'm
Thank you.
typing here the whole time.
Thank
Okay.
you so much for coming on,
Jeez.
hanging out with us. We'll do some more soon. Have a great night, and great holidays and everything else.
See you soon.
Yeah, you.
Thank you, Sujo.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye. Look at that friend of the show.
We even got a real applause out there.
Oh wait,
I mean they're all real
I didn't hit
applauses.
the,
Yeah,
I
that's
didn't
real
hit the real
applause.
applause.
Yeah.
My bad.
Yeah.
My bad. Well, that was fun.
That was great. Yeah. She is very, very good at her job.
She is, yeah.
If
yeah.
you guys don't already know that.
Yeah, she's the best.
Holy
and again,
cow.
that is what at Sue. I think it's hers is at SueJoe825. That's her personal one. Or if you guys want to follow her at work, which is you guys are super creepers. That's at Dodgers.
At Dodger Stadium.
Just at Dodgers. So how about that shift in baseball? You want to set
The
this
shift
up?
about shifts?
Yes.
Oh,
Let's
yeah.
shift to the shift,
Shift to the
if you
shifts
will.
and the thinking about shifts.
Talk to me about this, Brooke. I want you to tell me about.
This kind of has been rearing its head every so often.
Yes.
I think, you know what I think it is. I think it's that there's no action on the hot stove. They just
Every time something's
baseball
boring.
baseball fans just need something to fight each other about, and this is the latest thing. People talking about banning the shifts, how it shouldn't be allowed, how they should put restrictions on it. I have my opinions on it. I don't know.
Oh.
I don't know what your opinions are on it.
Well,
but
give me yours, and I'll tell you how they're wrong.
It doesn't matter what it is, right? It's going to be wrong.
We'll see.
Right.
Unless you're right.
Here's the thing. I'm an old school
Oh no.
type, and not in the bad way. Not in like the John Schmaltz kind of way. Not like that. It's going to be,
My bad.
I just think you can't change the game that much, and I don't see the point.
So you
in
want the kids off your lawn?
Yeah, let the kids have fun or whatever they say, whatever it is. And I think banning
Just not
the
on my
shifts-
lawn.
Yeah, just not on my lawn or near my lawn or not even next to my lawn.
Mm-hmm.
I think taking away the shift takes a lot out of the game. I think it's stupid. I think taking the shift out of the game would be stupid. I try to compare it to NFL defenses, and people didn't really like that. I kind of had mentioned, that's like saying you can't play man coverage, you can only play zone, or vice versa. I guess that would be vice versa.
Well, I thought you were talking about how you don't like the shift to begin with,
I love-
because that technically changed the game.
It did.
And Smoltz doesn't like the shift, so that's what I was.
It absolutely does. I like the shift. I think it should be a part of the game. Would I personally employ it as a manager? I don't know, because I'm not a manager.
You know who is a manager? Me.
FRGM.
FRGM. The finest in the biz, if you will. I don't know. I enjoy the shift. I have no problems with the game continuing to evolve. I do, however, like you're talking about, they just get bored when there's no other things to talk about. I do have problems with baseball old-timers telling us what to like or what they like. It means we need to like it. Stop trying to force... I mean, this goes with so many things, but I don't get into that other stuff. But stop trying to force your agenda on baseball or whatever it is. Times they are a changing, and let it be. I'm going with songs. Give me other song titles.
Yeah.
you
You already went Bob Dylan.
Hey
so.
Jude.
That fits in well with the topic. Don't Let Me Down. You still looking for song topics?
Freebird is a good song.
Yeah, Stairway to Heaven.
But yeah, I that's my big problem. I have a problem with people telling me you shouldn't like it because we don't like it, and it totally it's the thing that's ruining the game. No, how about no? That's my take.
I got a couple comments here about the
Read the shift.
Okay. There's actually some guys from my slow pitch softball team that are saying we run the 5-man infield, Brooke. So I think that means they're pro shift too. I'm not sure. That team's called the SoCal Kings. It's a semi-professional slow pitch softball team.
If Sujo can't plug her stuff without getting beef from me, you cannot.
You plug Netflix and chill.
I own this place.
That's true. Good point. That's a good point.
I own these mics.
Owner Gary is looking at us.
As we're here.
Owner producer Gary.
Gary Producerman. I in softball I try to shift whenever we can, whenever it makes sense. Of course, there's seldom an opportunity where it really makes an abundance of sense, especially in co-ed. I think in co-ed you just want to look pretty and not get hurt because you're drinking after.
That's what I do. I just try to look pretty.
Doing a damn good job of it.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Hell yeah. So now's our time. We're going to open up straight up to any questions, open questions from the live feed. Or even statements, provided they're PC or PG enough on my PC.
Or insults directly at us.
As we open up with Ellen Degenerate 6.
That's awesome. That's
Machado
an awesome name.
signing with the White Sox, a little bird told me. So Have you, much like me, potentially, it's felt this whole offseason like Machado has been losing teams to play shortstop for?
He absolutely has. And that is why I believe there is a good to fair to decent to okay chance that Manny Machado will be back in Los Angeles. You may not agree. You may not like it. You may not appreciate it. Littlefoot, I know for sure, is all over that.
Hey, Ashley's going to get you, dude.
Yeah,
Calm down,
don't mess
producer.
with that, dude.
Calm down,
Ashley's
producer.
she's gonna come at you, man. Yeah, I actually talked to her about this yesterday because it came up in conversation. He really, I think, kind of messed up his
street cred.
It's
a street cred.
Not
We're going
necessarily
with
his
that.
value, his street cred,
Yeah.
I guess. He had, he kicked a couple first basemen. He talks about not hustling out of the box, and then he tried to backtrack on it.
He did dumb things and then did everything wrong to fix them.
Right.
There's cliche statements in baseball for a reason.
Right. And, you are, to a certain extent, you are kind of supposed to read a script. And that's what kind of what being a professional athlete's all about. There are people whose job is to make sure, they're PR people, to make sure that you look like a decent human being. And it looks like he kind of, skipped that class or whatever it might have been.
I don't think they taught that out there.
I don't think
in
so.
Baltimore.
No, because he ran the show.
Yeah, they didn't do a lot of things right in Baltimore.
Oh, yeah.
They were decent-ish for a couple of seasons and couldn't do anything, couldn't win a ball game. But yeah, I mean, that was my question. Like, honestly, could the Dodgers re-enter the picture with that? There's not a. I don't want Corey Seager to play second base.
No.
However, he's also we would be a fantastic team if he takes the second base.
What a team that would be!
What a team! How sweet it is.
He's also coming off of Tommy John surgery for a position player. You don't know what's going to happen. You don't know what you're going to get from him.
Yeah,
you saw how he looked before he had surgery. The throws he was making over to first was you could tell there's something wrong with that guy.
Fail. It was very much like a fail. Those were very apparently ouchy.
Yeah, that's how my arm looks from shortstop.
We've all been there.
Yeah.
My arm looks from third, short, from first, whatever it is. It hurts. It hurts.
Everything hurts.
Well, I think I saw somewhere in there. Oh, we got somebody saying, "Come on, bro, no room." Where would Minnie play? Shortstop. It says Minnie.
Many.
Marky Be Cool, friend of Johnny Be Good, a Big Bird told me there's no way he comes back to L.A.
Yeah, he actually told him that on Sesame Street.
No.
Yeah.
Can you tell me how to get there?
No.
Damn.
Can't.
I've always wanted to be the Sesame Street.
Yeah.
Dog and pony show here, boys and girls.
I would agree that there's not necessarily a place for him, but a guy of that talent, you make a place for him.
Yeah, you create it.
Justin Turner is getting up there in age. His knees are not what they used to be. Actually, I think he's always had bad knees, so I guess they are what they used to be.
Yeah.
But he's not a guy who's going to be sustainable for the long run. I think next year you're really going to start to see him decline. I really do. And with that, if you have Manny to take over third base every once in a while, give him a break. I'm not saying Turner goes to second by any means. I know people are definitely against that, and I personally, I would agree with that. I don't think you put him over at second base.
No, it doesn't make sense for him to play 2B.
No, not at all. I think you kind of use him as the same way they utilize all their outfielders last year. You utilize him to give him a break. You match up, and Machado will one way or another be in the lineup pretty much every day. But it's also a really good fail-safe for Corey Seager. It is.
That's fantastic. That's like the best you can do.
That's a hell of a
it
fail-safe.
doesn't work out. Let's just go get Babe Ruth.
Right.
Whatever.
And it'll depend, Adam Ottavino will strike him out, by the way.
Oh, yeah. I saw that.
Yeah, but Babe Ruth would also strike out Adam Ottavino.
Oh. And we're learning as he comes back from hell.
That was good. It's a lot shorter than I thought it was going to be.
That's what. Never mind.
Moving on.
We had abruptly Alonso asking, can Tulo be a possibility at second base? No. Probably, maybe.
I mean, anybody's technically a possibility anywhere.
I don't know. I wouldn't trust your arm from second base either.
I would not trust my arm from second base either. I tend to drop down sidearm, and it just has some tail to it. It doesn't work.
I've seen video of you pitching, oddly, and I was very offended that you were going sidearm.
It hurts.
We've thrown. I've seen the movement.
It moves a little bit.
What up?
What do you mean, what up?
What's going on? We got to get you. We got to get you a rotator cuff surgery.
Oh,
is that what it is?
I was looking for a contract. Yeah, I actually don't know how to use my shoulders.
Oh, cool.
Like when I go to the gym.
Any shoulder doctors out there?
Yeah. Tulowitzki has not played one single inning at second base in his entire big league career. If you're wondering.
Well, as we say in the biz, he gonna learn.
He gonna learn today.
Because when you're making only only half a million from your new employer, you're gonna do what they say because you're trying to prove that you're a team player. I've seen kind of some stuff people wanted to ask about our opinions on, or just not maybe not. We're gonna give the opinions on it, but thoughts on Goldschmidt being gone. Of course, big time news for the National League West. Paulie Goldschmidt is gone. Arizona traded him to St. Louis for, I think, a can of corn and some milk duds.
Half a sandwich.
Oh, the half a sandwich.
Yeah, that's the same. That was the same Pedro Baez trade scenarios from last year.
Oh,
yeah.
that's a good trade. That's a solid trade.
Not bad.
Wait, what kind of sandwich?
Provolone and turkey.
I'm okay with it.
Yeah.
Cut or bitten into half?
There's a bite in it.
Only one?
There's one bite in it.
We're going to have to sleep on this for one night and figure it out.
We'll think about it.
Yeah, we'll think about it. We'll get back to you.
But yeah, we're learning.
Yeah, I think the return Arizona got was let's be real, it's piss poor. Granted, it's only 1 year of Goldie going over there.
Right.
But some people apparently on the internet, 'cause I've seen arguments about it, they don't understand how big this is for the Dodgers because you're not facing him 19 games or 18, 19 games a year. Mm-hmm. You could potentially face him up to 7 games in October. However, you're not guaranteed to face him 19 times per year, where you need to win X amount of games, more than the other team to make it into the playoffs. And that guy's in your division, and he can tell you, no, I'm going to hit a home run here. So, yeah, it's great. It's great for the Dodgers. It's great for the entire National League West. It kind of just it's starting to look like just smooth sailing. I'd read somewhere in the stream earlier, someone was talking about, I guess, Giants presser. I'm assuming maybe it was Farhan. I don't think it was friend of the show, Ron Wotus, but somebody they're talking about going with openers next year instead of starting pitchers. So San Diego's not ready.
Nope.
San Francisco is just starting out.
Right.
Their rebuild that they desperately have needed since the 2014 championship.
Long time.
Arizona they lost their kind of 2A ace, 2B ace, whatever he is. With,
and they're not calling it a rebuild, but
it's
a
done.
rebuild.
It's going to be Dodgers and the Rockies battling for first place all summer long.
Right.
That's another song.
Awesome.
Another song.
Yeah.
Another song. What do you think? Who do you think would make the bullpen better?
As in free agent, as in trade, as in whatever my heart desires.
Bet all of them.
There's a couple
One of
different
each.
scenarios you could go for here. If we're talking about free agents, I'm going to get back to Blake Parker, and you're going to make fun of me for it, and that's okay.
You mean future Chicago Cubs closer Blake Parker?
Right.
Okay.
Right. I really like Blake Parker. I think he should be on the team. I'm going to keep pushing for him until he gets onto a different team, and then I'll still push for him a little bit longer. There are a lot of relief options out there. Not all of them are good. Adam Ottavino is still, he's the guy, I think, of the relief market that's out there now. And I don't really know where he's going to end up. Do you have any ideas?
Ottavino, I don't know. He was somebody who was on my wish list in August of this year. He's good. I think he's so good he's going to make more money than he deserves. I would love to see him in LA. Dodgers historically haven't thrown that kind of money at relief pitching.
No.
Since Ned Colletti.
Right.
We all remember Brian Wilson. That worked out very well.
Ned.
Nedward. I don't know. Honestly, I don't know where Ottavino goes. It's like, does he want to win or does he want the money? And he seems like somebody who's more interested in the spotlight and the fun of the game more than the money. He's going to get money either way.
Oh, yeah, especially in this market. You saw how much they paid for Eovaldi.
3 years, $20 million. That's what I'm giving him as a Dodger. Let's do it.
$20 million total.
Yes. No, not each. Not per. 3 years, $20 million, 1 year opt-out.
I think the market he's in right now, he's going to get more than that.
Probably.
But
that's what I'm
everything's so overvalued this year.
FRGM does that. Is going for that deal.
That's a good call. I would make that deal. I don't know if you would make that deal.
Couple points. And then, let's see. I'm going to say
it's over 9,000.
He's definitely making over $9,000.
Definitely making
a year.
over $9,000.
We had someone asking Nick Hundley, catching option. Thoughts on Nick Hundley?
Only if Yasiel Puig gets traded. They had that.
They do have some beef.
They got.
It's not quite like
they had a little scuffle.
I'm not gonna lie. I really hope Sujo can do something with mine and Kike's relationship. Just to do that.
You're stuck on that right now.
Yeah,
huh?
that's we got this is on-field beef we're talking about with Huntley and Puig, but we're talking about real stuff here. We're talking about Twitter beef.
Yeah, we
And
got Clint Evans blocked by Grandal.
Yasmani Grandal for some.
Maybe he
some
can if he were to come back somehow, she would have to fix that relationship because he is so hurt by that.
Yeah, that one. I mean,
Poor
honestly,
guy.
it makes no sense. Willie Time 22 just got home and missed anything brewing with our Dodgers? No, not really.
Nothing.
Talks with the Cubs. I mean, with the Reds, sort of thing. You can do. You can watch this show. Later, it's always available on Twitter. We're also a podcast on iTunes, all these other spots. So check that out tomorrow. Nathan Ramirez wants to know how many good years does Kluber have left. We kind of touched on this earlier. He's a low intensity, high production guy. I guess I call him.
Right.
So I honestly think he's got another solid, let's say premium 3 years, provided health and his back stay together, because that's his big thing. Dodgers do love their aces with bad backs. But
too soon.
I'd say solid. Again, a plus 3, and then maybe gracefully declining into the sunset for another 1 or 2 years. But it's also how much longer does he want to play the game? He's a dude who might win a championship and be like, yeah, whatever, I'm done.
Yeah. Interestingly enough, in our poll that we're running live right now of who would be your top target at the winter meetings, Corey Kluber's running away with it.
Oh.
Compared to Bryce Harper and Joe Kelly, Kluber's got 51% of the vote.
All right.
So
is that running away with it?
51%, 27%, 22%.
Oh, how many votes? How many were there? How many options? I'm not paying attention.
There's only 3 options. I'm sorry. I apologize.
Oh, whatever. That's still good enough.
That's pretty good. 51% of the vote out of 3 people.
Yeah, so people
That means he's
want
winning.
him more than the Harper. That's kind of surprising.
Yeah, significantly more than Harper.
Jess wants to know, can we talk about Bryce? Absolutely we can. What do you want to know? He cut his hair. What are your thoughts on the hair? Show hair is gone.
Listen, if he doesn't have the hair, I don't want him.
Can we sign him for less?
Because of the hair?
Because the
It's got to be in the contract.
Yeah, there should be a hair contract.
We're not the Yankees.
Chinkies. I don't know. The further into the offseason I've gotten, the more desperate I become for a championship after losing out 2 years in a row. He's a game changer. He's also probably a negative influence around the team and in the locker room and off the field and all that. But you can't refute the fact that the dude hits dingers and drives in runs. He's an old school just baseball darling. The advanced stats don't necessarily love him. He's a bad defender per the advanced stats. There's no doubt that the Dodgers can get him better. He's been adequate at times. I have to burp on occasions. I'm okay with him. I'm okay with him right now. But again, my thing is, and we did put out a very nice post, a roundtable. It's going to be buried somewhere deep because we've been posting a lot of late. DodgersNation.com. Go check out our Bryce Harper roundtable. All of our writers, except for you, I think, because you were too busy being cool for us.
That's what I was doing. Yeah.
Yeah, he just likes to sit in the mirror and just go like.
Flex. I actually flex. There's not much there.
Yeah. It's super cool, though, man. He puts a sticker on the mirror, so it's like, super cool.
Yeah.
I need that button.
Willie Time says the hair contract it makes his contract $100 million less.
Oh, all right.
Because of the hair.
And there we go. Thank you.
That's a good deal.
That's
like a
Thank
coupon.
you, Willie Time.
Yeah.
What was another one? So we also, this is big because we did add some set pieces because we lost some set pieces to friends of the show. But this guy here, this sweet swanky LA piece, it's a Lego style piece brought to us by our friends at Forever Collectibles, the same people who gave us that Kershaw and help out. FOCO. Forever Collectibles. That's what FOCO means. That's at FOCO USA on the Instagram and Twitter. You can check them out. But I'm sorry. I was supposed to wait. I wasn't supposed to assemble that today. We were supposed to make a video out of it, but I couldn't. I needed to assemble it.
You can take it apart and then put it back together.
No, look at it. There's like 900 billion pieces. I guess that doesn't help much for the people.
There are a lot of pieces to that thing.
They're all so small.
They're tiny.
They're so small.
So small.
And this is great for people listening to the podcast, by the way, talking about that. What should the priorities be for the Dodgers brass in the winter meetings from Joe M on the Periscope? Alleviate your outfield problem because you have too many guys. Settle an idea of what you want your starting rotation to look like because you have too many guys and you don't have that second ace you feel you need and want. What Hill's going to be 39 or is 39?
39.
So we love you, Dick Mountain, but boy, you're getting a little older, champ.
Getting Chase Utley age.
Thereabout. And then the biggest thing I think, and probably biggest thing in our opinions, is bullpen. Got to happen. Bring in friend of the show, Joe Kelly.
Friend of the show already.
175-mile-an-hour fastball. We can do it. Drive line.
That's pretty good. That's pretty fast. I've heard.
Been known to. Bueller, Verdugo, Peterson for Trout. Who would do this? Not a single person.
I
can tell you who wouldn't. The Dodgers would.
The Dodgers would in a heartbeat, I would think.
Yeah. You know who wouldn't? Anaheim.
Oh, absolutely. Anaheim Angels of Los Angeles?
Yes, by way of the Interstate 5 freeway.
Right. If they hop on the freeway, they're in L.A. Yeah.
Yeah.
I get
pretty
it.
much.
Now I understand.
It all comes together. You get what Artie was thinking, but no, I've always wanted to kind of put this into thought and together. It's like there's no trade where anybody will ever feel like a winner in the Mike Trout sweepstakes. You can trade your entire 40-man roster of blue chip prospects for him. Well, maybe that one Angels kind of feel like a winner, but
maybe.
I digress and I embellish and I overdo it. But anyway, yeah, it's yeah.
I think maybe if the Dodgers included Dodger Stadium in the deal.
Dodger Stadium by Forever Collectibles. We have that one over there too. They have
no.
I'm going to build that. I'm going to build that
not
as
that
well.
one. The actual.
I want to build that as well. Stadium. I want to build it.
If it's the pieces that small,
it's going to be a pain.
Oh boy,
it's going to be a pain in the ass.
We're not going to have you next week.
It's all like, I know it. I'm going to get tweezers.
I think that'll actually help.
So, Berg Gregman at Bergman Raw, our friend Greg Bergman. The guy you remember from DN postgame.
The Bergman.
Yeah, he's doing a Lakers show right now also, guys. But we're going to get him out, hopefully out with us soon enough. The schedule's, again, Tuesdays is basketball night. We've talked about this in podcasts a number of times. It's hard to get him out. But so I talked a bit earlier on the Twitter with him about, Pittsburgh and Cervelli coming back in my trade and wanting to send them Kemp. And the retort was, why would Pittsburgh want a large contract coming back? So Pittsburgh seems to be sort of in the middle right now, or in no man's land, because they're a bad team that kind of overperformed last year, won 82 games. They claim they want to get better and try to compete a little bit. However, they're also trying to trim payroll.
Right, and they just got rid of Nova.
Yeah, Ivan Nova traded away.
They're gonna. I mean, they got Archer, which was for somebody for a team that's apparently not not trying to compete and not trying to be good. That's kind of a move you make to try to be good.
Yeah, they seem lost.
They do. They don't really have any direction, I think. Much like me in my early years.
And current years.
You're
still in your early years, whippersnapper?
That's true. Anyways, I digress. I think, I would agree. I think Pittsburgh's in one of those weird scenarios where they don't really know who they are.
Yeah, so that's where Bergman is asking about, why would they want Kemp back, pretty much. That was back in return for Cervelli. The answer is because that's what I want. I will it to be so. And I'm sending along Max Muncy along the way, who, again, to me just profiles as everything about him is a Pittsburgh player. It's a Pittsburgh boy. I could see him stumbling into a coffee shop going on about Ben Roethlisberger, check it, football.
There you go.
Yeah, we've all been there. Friend of the show.
I think the Dodgers can really convince Pittsburgh to take on at least part of the remaining Kemp contract, I think, if they're including somebody like Muncy in the deal for Cervelli. Because I don't know if Cervelli's necessarily in their long-term plans. They have some prospects in their system, much like ours, highly regarded catching prospects that, they might need a stopgap for those guys. They're going to need a couple more years than, a Smith in our system or Ruiz. Those guys are pretty close. Not quite ready, but pretty close. But Pittsburgh's going to need a stopgap for them. So I think if you have Muncy in that deal, you could convince them pretty easily.
I mean, maybe if you sweeten it up a little bit and you can find a way to get, You can get who's their guy Velasquez now. He changed his last name. I don't know who their closer's name is anymore. He was good. He was Felipe Ramirez for a bit.
He's like Fausto Carmona when he changed his name. Yeah,
dude was good and is still pretty good. Power left-handed arm. You find a way to pile up him with Cervelli and give them Kemp and Muncy, and then you're also gonna have to throw in somebody like a Will Smith or I wouldn't go as far as a Keibert, but.
I'm really high on Keibert.
Yeah, I'd prefer him over Will Smith, although they've already said as much that Smith is probably going to be getting some reps for the LA team some point pretty soon this season. By the way, we did have Dodgers Instagram fam speaking on Shiftgate. I'm not sure if it says 44% no to Shiftgate and 56% say yes to Shiftgate. So is that...
They don't want the shifts?
Is Shiftgate, is that yes, they want it, or yes, they don't like it?
56% want to ban it.
Wow.
Is that what you're saying?
They want to keep the shift.
Okay,
56%
more people want to keep the shift. People want to not mess with the game of the sports that we enjoy.
It's closer than I thought it would be.
Mm-hmm.
So 44% of you are wrong. That's okay.
Indigo Danny, Verdugo, Smith, and Muncy for Archer and Cervelli.
I don't know about that.
That's a lot.
Chris Archer is not as good as you guys think he is.
He's not good, and Verdugo, I mean, he's going to Cleveland. Let's be real. Come on now.
Oh, yeah, he's definitely going to Cleveland.
We got another re-sign, Machado. All right, boom, real quick. We're going to take this last one, and I think it's about time to end this.
Good spot.
Kretz is an nig.
Excuse me?
You know what I said.
Huh.
Do you want Harper?
Like on the team? Or as a friend? Or a little more? What are we talking about? There we are. There we go. Okay.
No, that's it. That's the end.
Cut it there.
Go ahead. Give us.
For the right price, I do want Harper. For a little extra, I still might want Harper. You're talking
about like the extra stuff more than friend stuff.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. So
mix and match, guys.
There's a big debate on Twitter right now between a lot of people. What it boils down to is. Do you really want to hold on to these players that you've developed an emotional attachment to, or do you want a World Series?
That's what it always comes down to.
It's going to come down to that. And, for the longest time, I've been that emotional attachment guy. I don't want to see Puig go. I don't want to see, I've always wanted to see Jocko a little bit because I just have this weird vendetta. I don't know what it is. I just have this weird vendetta. I don't know what it is. But it's changing. I think after 2 World Series losses, the fan base is ready. We're ready to move on. We're ready to, do what we have to do to win a series. And I think as much as in the past, I did not want Bryce Harper on our team. I felt that way for years since he's been around. I never thought he would be a Dodger.
No.
And now I'm looking at it going, if this guy can get us a World Series, sign him. I don't care. And I think he can. I think he is a piece. He's not necessarily the piece. He is a piece that can get us a title. And multiple, even.
Yeah, that's kind of what you're trying to do at the end of the day, trying to win a World Series, and sometimes it comes with baggage, and sometimes that comes with way overpaying for a player. And like I said earlier, Bryce Harper is a generational talent. He's a difference maker on this team, on the field. It's all the other stuff that's the problem.
Right.
It's the amount of money that comes away from you retaining Corey Seager in a couple of years, extending him. Urias, Bueller. You get my point. I mean, there's a lot of guys. Do you want to give Kenley more money in a couple of years? And by the way, I'm seeing a couple of things on some Kenley hate, which I think he's going to get it. He's going to right the ship this coming season.
I think so.
I think his biggest problem, he was just out of shape. He was out of shape in 2018, and it really messed him up. He didn't have a regular spring training, and it
was a weird year.
Year was not a friend of the show for sure. Anyways. That's I guess that's good enough. We get the point.
That's not bad. Yeah.
Sports.
We understand. We want rings, and we're gonna go after them.
Mm-hmm. Onion rings.
That
you
sounds
guys, you can find us with Dodgers Nation on the Internet Machine. You can subscribe to Blue Heaven on iTunes, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Google Play, Stitcher Radio, Player FM, so many more. That guy over there is BrookMe3.
I am.
On the Instagram and the Twitter, I am RealFRG. We're going to see you guys next week. We're doing one more episode this year. We're going to take a couple weeks off for our Christmas and New Year's. Sorry, our holiday, or whatever, plain
holiday.
Our plain Starbucks Cup Day and New Year's. And then we will be back in POG form. this.